Okay, I want to tell another story about my childhood. It just brought to mind last night, or this morning actually. It was like between, I don't know, it was like between 1 and 4, I'm guessing, somewhere like that anyway. Like 1 and 4, 1 and 5, something this morning. Anyway, me and Tyrone, we were going, I think we were coming back from Myrtle, which is a little town on the other side of Ripley. Anyway, we was coming back and we got talking about Kiss or something. I can't remember. You know Kiss, the rock group, the amazing rock group. Anyway, we was talking about for some, I don't know how it come up, but they had a movie, Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park. An amazing movie. I loved it. It had great cheesy special effects. It had so much stuff that a young child would enjoy. Uh, there was monsters and there was superheroes and sometimes the monsters were the superheroes and sometimes the superheroes were the monsters. Anyway, it was awesome, and there was roller coasters too. And so anyway, it's a great movie. But Tyrone remembered it from his childhood. And I remembered it from my childhood. And there's Susie. She's just been flipping around on my belly. But anyway, alright. Anyway, y'all go look that movie up. See if you can find it. If you find a DVD of it, buy that. It's going to be worth money one day. It's probably worth money now. Anyway, the movie brought back so much memory because it ties into one of the most devastating type nights of my life as a child. It was my parents' anniversary or something like that. Anyway, they went out. It was a Saturday night, and they went out to, I don't know whether they were square dancing, because they used to do a lot of square dancing. But anyway, we lived in Verona, Mississippi, which is a suburb of Tupelo. And anyway, we lived over there in behind the Verona Motel. I don't know if y'all remember where that is or if you know where it used to be. Anyway, we lived 2 houses in behind there. So anyway, my mother's younger sister, Aunt Tammy, was babysitting me and my little brother. She was a young woman at the time, possibly pre-21. Anyway, she's a real young, and so she was into Kiss and rock and roll and stuff. So we sat down to watch this movie, and I was just amazed at it and everything. And Mom and Daddy was out doing their thing. I think it was their anniversary, but I could be wrong. Anyway, come on Channel 9, which is NBC out of Tupelo, and it was on TV, and so we watched it. And I loved it. I was so happy sitting there watching that movie. And anyway, after it went off, Joan Jet and the Blackhearts come on a concert. It was like them doing a concert somewhere or other, and they filmed it, I guess, and put it on Channel 9, NBC. And so I was enjoying that as well. And about, I don't know, 20 minutes into that part, Mama and Daddy come in, and they was throwing down, arguing with each other. Now, when they argued, they argued like all right, you remember on the Rambo movie when Rambo was fighting the guy in that giant cave? Well, not in the cave, but when he come out, the giant guy grabbed him by the throat and pulled him up. You know how they was fighting? That's the way my parents argued. And so anyway, my mother was literally trying to kill my father. And that night, she come the closest to she ever come to killing him that night. She was after him with a butcher's knife, a big one, an old hickory. I never will forget it. It was a huge old hickory butcher knife. And anyway, that sucker ended up in the door. I mean, the front door, the bathroom door. She tried to cut the bathroom door down because Daddy run in the bathroom and locked the door where she wouldn't cut him up to pieces. And so anyway, that was traumatizing. I mean, I was sort of used to it by then. I mean, they've been trying to kill each other since I was born. And so, anyway, that was very traumatizing to me because my fear as a child always was that Mama's gonna kill Daddy, and Mama's gonna go to prison, so I would have no parents. And as bad as my parents were, I mean, they were good parents. I mean, individually they were okay. And we didn't die. Me and Luke didn't die. Obviously, but I mean, they got the job done. But I didn't want any other parents. I mean, I wanted good parents. I wanted parents that were not, trying to kill each other on a weekly, daily basis. And so that sticks out like a sore thumb to me. Because that great movie, and I've only seen that movie 3 times, I believe, in my entire life. And that was one of them. And I think I want to say I was not even 9 years. I was like, I don't know what year it was. But I was just a little bitty feller. And my little brother was even a little bittier feller. Because even when he was, regular size for his age or whatever, he was small for his age. Always, when he was little. But anyway, that was traumatizing. And they fought all over the house. They ran around in the house. That house had the kitchen and the living room had a door in between them, and the kitchen and the bedroom had a door in between them, and then that bedroom and another bedroom over here had a bathroom in between them with a door. It went all the way through, so you could go in circles through that house, running around through those doors in them rooms. And so anyway, they chased each other around in them doors, and me and Luke and I don't know if y'all know, my little brother's name was Luke, Patrick Luke Griffin. And anyway, we were terrified, traumatized. We were crying, we were screaming and hollering. You know how kids are when they're just terrified. And my aunt sat over there, in the corner, and she was sort of upset too. I can't remember exactly how much she was crying, but I'm sure she had a tear or 7 in her eye. Anyway, it was very rough, and that was like one of 8 million times in my childhood where they were trying to kill each other. But that was the deadliest fight of the whole time. But let's see, I'm 8 minutes into this thing. Let me throw another one on here. The same house. I don't know if it was before or after that. I can't remember. I know it was a warm day. But my mama and my daddy was arguing again. And they was getting with it. My mother cussed like a sailor. She did not have any filters whatsoever in her mind or on her mouth. She cussed like a sailor. Anyway, they were arguing. It was just finna get physical, and my mother tried to go grab her. She grabbed her purse and her keys, and she's going to jump in her car and go to town, do something. I don't know what it was. And Daddy's like, "Oh no, you not." You know how it is. And she's like, "Watch me, bub." And so he runs out to the car, pops the hood. It's a 1973 Chevy Impala S. I don't know. I don't think it was a SS. No, it was a 4-door, and it had a 350 with dual exhaust glass packs. It was an awesome car. It was green on green car with a green interior with the that sort of that light greenish what do they call that kind of top on the top of that? That top on it. It was a full top. It was that padded stuff that they put on there. Anyway, it was a nice car and it was fast. Anyway, that's the car I learned how to drive in. Originally, the first car I ever steered by myself, sitting in the seat. Anyway, back to the story. He pops the hood on this dude, throws the hood up, grabs the spark plug wires and distributor cap and yanks them off and takes them in the house with him. And if you know anything about cars, and you should know this no matter if you don't know about cars, but they won't run with those things missing. And so anyway, she's upset as heck. So she gets, like, she starts getting her arsenal together with knives and hammers, and she's got screwdrivers, and she's just toting these things around trying to catch him. Because she's going to plant all these utensils in him, in his various orifices, I'm sure. But anyway, they're arguing, and he's like, I don't care what you do, woman, but you ain't going to town, and I said so, and that just flew all over her. You know, she's a redheaded woman, and it don't take much to make a redheaded woman angry. And so anyway, so she's like, well, screw that, I can fix you right up there. And so what she does, and this is broad open daylight. This is daylight, middle of the day. I'm sure it was a Saturday. It had to have been because they were both home. In the daylight, usually they was both at work. Anyway, she strips off butt naked and goes in front of the house. There's the street in front of the house where you turn down beside that Verona Motel back. I don't know if some of y'all might remember back when that was there. But you turn down there beside it, and there's a street that goes way on back. Anyway, it's a straight street. She goes and lays down in that street. Now, it's a 2-lane, but it's tight 2-lane. It's more like a 1.5 lane with no stripes. And she lays down in the middle of this road. Across it, where no traffic can get through. And she's laying there butt naked on the pavement. On the pavement. And so, I'm a little feller. I'm going to tell you, I'm a little feller. Probably, I want to say I wasn't no more than second grade. Second grade at the most. Now, I was a big boy for second grade. I was a head taller than most everybody in the second grade, and I outweighed them about 60 pounds. But still, I was a young feller. My little brother was a head shorter than just everybody in kindergarten or whatever he was in. And was underweight by at least 20 pounds. New message, standing by. And, okay. And so me and him, we're like, she's finna get run over or whatever. You know why she went to the road is because she figured if she's hitchhiking, ain't nobody gonna pick her up the way, she's angry and all this. Ain't nobody picking her up. But if she's butt naked laying in the middle of the road, some horny guy's gonna come by and he'll take her, because what guy back in the, early 80s, this might not have been early 80s, this might be late 70s, this might have been 78, 79 maybe, or less. Anyway, could have been 76 or 77, wait a minute, no. Man, don't give me the line of what year it was. It could have been 80. Because I think we lived in Oklahoma in 77, because that's when Elvis died, and we lived in Oklahoma. So it had to have been like 79, 78 or 79, anyway, 80. Anyway, and so me and my little brother were like, hey, we got to fix this. Daddy ain't going to do it. Daddy says, new message, standing by. And, and so, me and him, we go out to the road, and I pick up my mother, 100 and whatever pound, 105, 107. I don't know what she weighed. She was a little bitty woman. Mama was always a little bitty woman. And I pick her up, and I got her by the torso area, as best of my ability. My little brother grabs her by the feet, and that's a mistake for him because she just kicks him off like he ain't nothing, just kicks him off. But he's tenacious. He's a little fighter, and so he grabs her, and he hangs on like a bulldog. And we towed her back in the house. And so she puts her clothes back on, and she goes to bedroom, and she's a-bawling and a-hollering and screaming and all this. And anyway, that's the last of that memory of that I have. But anyway, it was something else. It was something else. And that will always live with me for the rest of my life unless I catch something fierce that'll drive that out of my brain. But it's going to have to be something sure enough special to run that out of my head. But those two events are part of what's wrong with me mentally today, I think. But anyway, that's just something I want to talk about. I've been trying to do this about talking about my childhood, and maybe I'll think of something nice that happened in my childhood that maybe we can discuss next time. If y'all have any questions, ask me. If y'all remember anything about my childhood, remind me of it. Uh, and as always, I love you. And if you need anything from me, you know where I am. I'll be there for you. Anyway, y'all take care, and please subscribe or hit the like button if you like it. If you don't like it, please hit the unlike button, because I want to know that stuff too. And I'm not going to hold it against you. Anyway, y'all take care, and I'll talk to you again sometime.